today we're talking to Richard Cummings of SmartStream. So I'm going to start off with my first question. I mean, so new financial regulations, such as Basel III, are going to have a profound effect on middle and back offices. So what are banks doing to prepare for this?
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. So the legislation that's coming through is driving a lot of activity in our customer base. Certainly two areas that we found significant investment going on around the world today is in the area of intraday transaction processing and the ability to track cash positions throughout the day and have a real-time position at the end of the day. Fortunately, regardless of regulation, a number of our tier one banks over the last few years have been implementing some of these types of solutions. They understood that that was a requirement and have been in a process of making sure that they're ready for the regulatory processes that are going through. What we are seeing is that not only are our tier one institutions in some of the major financial centres requiring that type of solution, but actually all over the world we're seeing a significant drive from many of our customers to invest in that. Another area that our customers are focused very heavily on is the preparation for the huge increase in volume in exchange traded derivatives. And we are at SmartStream obviously the market leader in reconciliation software and continue to invest in highly scalable, highly performant solutions in that space.
Okay, so moving on, I mean, a lot of consultants are putting out reports, predicting massive job cuts in the operations divisions of investment banks. What can banks do to increase efficiency and control in some of these functions?
Well, actually, across our client base, there's a number of different processes going on. We are seeing a reduction in some of the permanent recruitment that our clients are having, but actually there is still a significant increase in the number of contractors in the ops space. Now, that said, the banks have always been, and certainly for many years now, focused on creating greater efficiency within their institutions. Some would call that do more with less strategy. It's been very common in the market for quite some time. And although, as I said in the previous question, with regards the need for intraday cash management tracking, although that is driven by regulation, there is also significant benefit that can be gained by implementing such a solution. We've been working with a number of our customers over the last few years and have built a number of business cases, and one in particular firm identified a value of around about $50 million of saving or opportunity savings that they can have just by implementing a real-time cash management solution. Now, that was modeled on certain interest rate assumptions. Even in today's lower interest rate market, a conservative estimate of the value of having an efficient cash management process would be of the magnitude of $20 million for certain organizations.
I wanted to move on to one of my favorite topics, which is data and its effect in the middle and back offices. So, I mean, is this the year that banks actually take control of their reference data?
Well, it's certainly accepted that banks' primary failing in processing is attributed to inaccurate reference data. As we talk to our customers, there is a huge investment with regards to resolving that problem. Is it a problem that can be resolved this year? I think it's a multi-year issue, so it won't be totally completed by the end of this year or even the end of next year, but it's certainly this is the year that banks are focusing very heavily on ensuring that they have the right reference data models and processes in place. SmartStream as a company have been working with a number of institutions to provide reference data services, but also work with other institutions to define strategic strategy for the future, which will not only provide them with a faster time to market for some of the services, but also prepare them for with a platform that will be able to that will facilitate new regulation in the future.
Excellent. Well, we'll see you in Toronto.
Great. And just anybody that wants to come to the Cyber stand, we will have all of our market experts and all of our solutions available, and we'd really appreciate anybody coming to see us.